Back with another banger. Back with another banger. Guys, welcome in. Bring it in, family. Listen, obscure day in the market. Explanation for all. Like I said, we all been watching AMC stock price go opposite of any correlation as far as earnings or anything that would make any sense. Again, like I said, we went over that in yesterday's video. Largest theater chain, but yet it's got the lowest price. We all know what's going on here. We're not going to act brand new, but we do have some new all-time highs. So like I say, on the more you F around, the more you find out chart, hey, they trying to F around. I believe these people are going to find out. Like I said, we're going to double tap down in. We got some banger XRP news. Like I said, that's stock on the yacht money. That's what we play. Hey, if you don't know something, you better learn something about that XRP. What else do we have that we're gonna cover over? We're about to go over this clip here with our favorite redhead Liz, basically talking about what I was speaking with one of our family members' comments on the last video. This is not the time to panic. This is being a trader is one of these things where you got to become stoic. You can't be that red. Hey, Tesla was at 110. It hit an all-time high of 280, or what was it, 270? It's at 249. Hey, relax, pause down. This is called a healthy pullback, a healthy retracement. You need this so that you can test supports and see the strength of the stocks. But understand that this is not, oh, the rally is over. We said this 7 or 8 times. This is a healthy retracement. This is the preparation for the next leg up. I'll show you on the charts every single time somebody said that, and then what happened afterwards. But let's double tap down this thing and let's get jiggy with it. But first, somebody cue that wind effect. Yes, sir. Bring it in. Bring it in. It's a round table event. It's a round table event. It's a motivational moment. You hear me? Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Bring it on in. Let's get down to it. Let's get down to it. All right. All right. All right. Without further ado, all.
Yeah, right to the floor show traders. The great Scots join us. Scott Bauer from the floor of the SIBO, and here on set, trader Scott Redler. All right, Bauer, what is the sentiment among the traders down at the SIBO right now?
All right, so Liz, about a half an hour ago, I went into the pit, talked to about a dozen traders and brokers. Overall sentiment is different from what they really want to happen. They would love to see the market continue lower because that's going to bring more volatility, probably better trade. But the overall sentiment is they think that we are going to be very range-bound, probably grind back higher going into the September Fed meeting. So a lot of chop until then. That doesn't mean that we won't see, as you said, a move on CPI or PPI on Friday, a move on the next jobs number, okay? And it's actually getting busy here right now. But the overall sentiment is that this bullish market, even though we've sold off a little bit, will continue at least over the next several months.
Hey, you heard it there. All right, guys, it's been a good video. I was joking. But like I said, guys, the thesis still stands. Institutions, big money is still highly over-leveraged in money and under-leveraged in stocks. These dips are going to be bought up. That money has not flushed into the markets, and they're going to have to do that rebalancing. Period. Just off of that schematic alone, you should understand you haven't seen anything yet. I'm going to keep screaming from the top of the hilltops. You better tech your tech and tech. The greatest generational wealth transfer is underway. Do not play this on a minuscule time frame. Oh, it's down. I'm going to trade this. You can trade stocks and everything like this. But again, just know over here with me, Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, XRP, Intel, Apple, those are long-term holds for me. I'm dollar cost averaging. Hell, let it dip. I'm going to buy it at another point to be able to load some money without it being at an all-time high. But this is not someone like, I'm going to sell out and pull it out the market. Hey, Tesla was $11 in 2014. You would have been the person to sell at $50 and pull out. Oh, it's dipping to 30. Well, I'm on a 5 to 10 year horizon, boss man. I'm not here to just flip off and flap out. That's how you lose money. This is why so many traders are not profitable in any sector, whether it be day trading, long term, short term, because you don't understand the strategy of what you're doing and what plays or what. Where's Tesla going? All right. By your again, this isn't knocking, but I just want everybody to go through this when you see market redness. Do you think Tesla's going out of business? Is that what you think is going to happen in the next 4 or 5 months is Tesla's going out of business? Apple's going out of business? That's what you think with 50 trillion, 100 trillion, what is it? 50 billion, $100 billion of cash on hand, new phones coming out. You think that Apple's going out of business? You think Microsoft and Nvidia is going out of business? AI is just going to stop in 5 months. It's absurd. So then to panic and not buy in on the dip is literally just showing that you're not evolving as a trader. Now, if this was, hell, if you got that type of flippiness, then you need to be way more flipped with AMC than you need to be with Tesla. If you're saying sell, then you need to be selling with AMC above anything. You know what I'm saying? You can't, I'm diamond hands AMC, but I'm scared of. That's not how this works. You've got to understand ebb and flows of markets. Everybody's got to understand that. That's the key to trading and building asset wealth. In 10 years, if you think Tesla's going to be 250, we'll put a bet on it.
I am hearing.
Let's bet all your money, and I'll bet all my money.
Betting the options market on what,
in
volatility?
10 years, it'll be above $250.
Absolutely. And
you don't want to take that bet?
Volatility come off those lows that were, the lows we've seen in 2 years. There's still volatility is still extremely low. Whether you're looking in the SPX, at the VIX, it's still really low. Now, you do see heightened volatility a little bit going into tomorrow and Friday because of the economic prints. But if you look to next week, it dives right back.
And everybody's got to remember, we've got reports coming in. You've got to be aware of, like I said, trading, especially with long term, is 30% chart analysis. The rest of it is sentiment, news, FOMOs. All of that is what builds in the trade. You've got to know what's going on. Everybody knows going in towards these reports, volatility strikes in. But guess what happens after they're like, oh, yeah, it's all right. Okay.
Back down to where we've been sitting. So overall,
let's see what happens next week.
Still
if next
a
week's
lot
a bloody
of complacency out there. But I will tell you that these guys out here, at least the ones that I spoke with, they think we're going to have this chop grind higher, but they're very concerned about the back end of the year, November and December.
Okay, that is way too far out. Although for you long-term investors, come on, right? You make good bets on companies that are quality going through hard times. That brings me to Scott Redler.
Yeah,
Scott, you've made some pretty smart bets lately. The last time you were here, I randomly asked you, what's your side window trade? And you said, I'm going long on Boeing. And Boeing has done rather well since you were here in July. So, but let me just broaden the discussion out for a moment. What do you think about the market, the S&P, where it's going, where it's been?
Well, I agree with your other guest, Scott Bauer. He said something very smart, that traders are prepared for choppy markets since we put the peak in about 2 weeks ago. The S&P is about 3% off the highs after a 19+% move this year. The NASDAQ was up 40%. It's down like.
Let's use our logic. He says the NASDAQ's up 40%. Let's see where it's down at.
5 or 6. So traders.
It's down 5 or 6%. My brother was talking to me. You should sell now. I'm up. You know what I'm saying? I bought. I didn't listen to the FOMO at the beginning of the year. I bought in at Tesla when it was at 115, 140, 130. I bought in. I wasn't going to sit up there and say, all right, I think that this is going to crash to one. I'm not doing that. So not only is it a cushion, but hey, if you've been invested in these techs and putting a little tech, put your tech in tech so you can get techy, then you're not even stressing this right now. I got cushion.
I don't think it's enough. Market participants would rather have a little bit more digestion. Tomorrow is going to be very interesting. You know, what the street wants is they want a light CPI. Okay, but what the rumblings are is that it might be a little hotter than expected. That's why we've pulled in. So if we do get a light CPI, we probably get some kind of knee-jerk move higher, a rally. But to me, I don't think it's going to be sustained. I don't think we're going to be close to the highs of the year in the next few weeks or months. I think that you can get better prices come September, October.
A light CPI would mean that the Federal Reserve might pull its foot off the pause even. They will not raise in September if we maybe get that light. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah, that's the thinking. I kind of think they can go another quarter.
Okay.
They need to continue to stay the course higher for longer, and they need to, put inflation to bed, which it's not to bed yet. It's coming down, But at this point, we might get a little bump before it comes down further into the fall.
Let me ask both of you about what's going on in tech. Today, I mean, you can't say it's a massive sell-off, but there is
Interesting. What a discussion to have.
a tech-led sell-off here that has a lot of red on the screen, but particularly in the semiconductor area. Scott Bauer, one could argue.
Amazon down 76 basis points. Microsoft down 45 basis points. Apple down 38 basis points at 179. The high was 192, 93. Everybody's seen these stocks move 5%, 10% in a day with a switch. We're near all-time highs and far from the lows of where you could have bought Apple. You could have had Apple at 100 6 months ago. Hey, I'm just keeping it above 50 with you.
If you look at the stocks, it has done so incredibly well. This is the basket of semiconductor stocks year to date. Maybe it's just a little profit taking, or is there something deeper here?
I think it's a little mixed, Liz. You look
I
at
didn't
the
know they even had a
Microsoft and Nvidias of the
semiconductor
world, the real big guys here. They're down about 10% off of their, recent runs. That's not that big of a drawdown. But then you look at some of the other ones, some of the smaller, NASDAQ growth stocks, take an Upstart, an AI, Lemonade, stocks like that honestly.
Yeah, by the way, y'all are seeing these names up here, Microsoft, Nvidia. You see how they're right near the all-time high? And again, this is precisely why I say not just all tech, but these high pricing power companies of the future, these mega caps that are moving with that are just boop, it's up 40%. These are the investments. These high pricing power companies that are not going anywhere. AI is going to the future. Nvidia's not going anywhere. Microsoft's not going anywhere. Apple's not going anywhere.
Honestly, have just been decimated off of the big runs that they've had. So I think that what you're seeing is a lot of profit taking off of these stocks that have run really, really far. And even though we're seeing some of the big guys down a little bit, that profit taking, that cash is going to work in the better names. In the better names.
And that's what, all right, guys. I'm just going to keep saying it again. Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Intel, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum. This is called trading. Understand that Upstart and those are trades. People don't look at those as super long-term holds. They might do a swing trade on those, but they're taking profits, and that money is going to go back to where? Where are they going to plant that money that they reserve that they collected? You understand? This is what I'm trying to
Microsoft down 10% or Nvidia. So I think that's what you're looking at there. But there certainly is concern that if we get a hot read tomorrow, that's not good for obviously these growth stocks. It's not going to be good for semis. You could see a further drawdown. But as you said, at this point, it's not that much to write home about. It really isn't.
Redler, I'm talking to you guys like we're on a high school volleyball team. Redler, Bauer, but Redler,
not so bad.
What bets are you taking in technology stocks that perhaps are starting to look more attractive?
They're starting to. If you remember, Microsoft, Apple, Netflix, all of them were at all-time highs or 2023 highs into the print were sold off. Apple's pulled in almost 10%. I want to write down 170-ish in Apple. That's where I think traders are going to be looking.
178.94 right now.
So we still have to be patient. You could have little trades, but to put a swing trade to work, I think we go lower. Microsoft is off over 10%. I think we still have another 5% to go.
Okay.
I do think Amazon and Google are looking more interesting. They reacted well to their earnings. They didn't rally as much into the print. So I think traders are starting to stay with them, even though we could see a little bit more of a corrective phase in the next 2 to 4
Maybe
weeks.
I'm just talking.
Amazon had such a great response post-earnings. But
you see that guy's knocking.
It's up about 3.7%.
You gonna question a knocking that big?
Which is not that exciting, but year to date up 65%.
Right, but it's still about 30% off the all-time highs. So that's why they reacted well. Apple was at all-time highs, so it had to come off with a 30 PE. Google and Amazon did not, so they responded well. So I think traders are trying to buy the pull in there because the size of their moves prior weren't as big or robust.
The great Scots, thanks to both of you very, very much.
Hey. Like I said, I'm not judging you long as you're investing. But one thing that we're going to do over here is we're going to keep it $1.50. 50 with you. This is not an emotional man's game. Money's not an emotional person's game in general. Any person that's an emotional person does not do well with money in general. Emotional buying, emotional purchases, being emotional at where you set your cash, allocate your cash. In general, more or less, the stock market. You cannot be emotional. You got to go by the facts of the matter and build a strategy. Understand, okay, hold on. Let me see here. Let me see what I'm going to put my bet on. If this company will continue to do what it's been doing for the last 10 years. Let's bet and see if this company, and again, stock split, what, 2 or 3 times now? Okay. Will continue to do what it's been doing for the last 10 years. You know what I mean? Let's see if this company will do what it's been doing since its creation. Let's see. Let's see. No. This time will be the time. This will be the time that it's going to crash down to zero. All right, guys. Let's double tap in. We're going to cover over our AMC stuff. I just want to get that into skulls. I want that deep into skulls. All right, guys. Looking at Looking at AMC stock, we're sitting at 492. I actually bounced back up. That's we're actually above where we closed at, which is 490. All malarkey, all bull. We all know this is synthetic selling following earnings. They are blowing the basket trying to hold this down. How do we know? Still sitting at the fat goose egg, 0% or 0 shares available, and y'all can see they've been tapping the line, trying to hit 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Look at this. Available 44, 87. They buying up the pennies. 0, 0, 0, 2,000, 4,000. Raised up in short percentage, but again, we always say, this has no correlation to anything. They're sending all buy orders, all buy pressure through dark pool. We are running through an algorithm right now, but what I'm telling you is that they are tapped out. How do we know they're tapped out, B? All right, we have our confirmation. Yesterday being the 31st day, this will be the 32nd day that we are on the threshold securities list with no movement off, guys. This is insane. I believe this to be the longest time that a company's been sitting on threshold security list. But hey, what do we say? Gary Gensler? Are you? All right, now we know he's not coming. Don't even get your hopes up on that nonsense. But what we do have is a new all-time high. Estimated short interest now. Yesterday was 30.15. Now 30.41, climbing towards 31% short interest. The highest short interest we've seen in AMC ever. 30% short interest. The Volkswagen short squeeze of 2008 was at 10% or 11%. Guys, the idea, the name of this game is you need to have 2 portfolios, a long-term, a short-term. I use my Webull. If you don't have Webull, click that link in the description. Get us some free shares. Don't be stingy. Use that description. We both get free shares. You help me, I help you. You scratch my back, I scratch my back. No, I'm just joking. But 30% short interest, 38% free float. They're trying to say is going up towards 200 million shares alone, but we know that they've used so many synthetics that's into the billions. Correlating days of cover is raising 8.37. For those who don't know, that means that it would take them 8.37 days to cover out their position. Mind you, they're not even reporting their position. So everybody should understand the vast or how massive this thing is. Short score up to 93.45. Hey, what are you going to do? How are you going to hold out? Earnings coming back. There's no set date for a ape conversion. The judge has got to be looking at this. What's their move, guys? What are they just going to keep it at 490 for 17 months? No, I'm sorry. There's no way that it's going to play out like that. There's too much going on. Put it on through with XRP banger news. Hey, y'all like how I'm moving that thing fast? And before we tap on that, let me just pull this over just so I can keep everything in unison. Tesla. Pulling on over, guys. I want everybody to know Tesla has officially broken down below that 250 range, 250 support, specifically 247.30 is where I had it marked up about 247, 250. So now we're trying to see how this is going to hold. If this thing continues to hold down, there's possibility of it's going down to our next support should be 225. banger spot to try to pick up. I don't personally see it going that low, but like I said, right now we're getting a build up. Next week, I believe, is going to be the rebound. So we're going to finish out this week. Like I said, reports, I always expect the worst. We're going to get some type of FUD or blah, 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 this or that. I'm not concerned about any of that nonsense. Like I said, guys, they're going to always print off the money machine. We're moving to crypto. There is no argument about that. So all this, we're trying to get inflation down. They're not going to get inflation down to 2%. You're just going to get used to it. I'm just calling it out here. You heard it here first. Don't eliminate me, guys. I know. Hey, powers that be, don't take me out. All right, listen. I'm just telling what the information is. You can be shocked or whatever. You think that it's coming down to 2%. If you think these companies that are selling things for 100 times what it was are going to bring it back down, you got your mind. But now let's put it on through. XRP news. Gemini teases major XRP announcement. What is that major XRP announcement, you might ask? Well, hold on. I want to actually. Here we are. Following Ripple's legal victory scored on July 13th, many cryptocurrency exchanges, including such giants as Coinbase, Crack, and Crypto.com, Bitstamp, we went over all of this, Binance US, relisted the XRP token. Remember, Bitstamp is the one that was offering the 2% staking. Now, another major exchange, Gemini, might follow suit in a recent post on the X platform, which we're going to review. Exchange teased the return of Ripple affiliated token. Me, the intern, patiently waiting for a Gemini to be listed. XRP wrote a Gemini official account, posted a GIF image of a cat sitting at desk. This was posted and was welcomed by the crypto community with huge excitement, getting over 1,200 likes and 260 comments. Here it is. I had to go and bring it through. Obviously, it's the official Gemini Twitter, and this is what it was. Me, the intern, personally waiting for @Gemini to list XRP. I want some. This is somebody that works there. Gemini is now coming, getting close to bringing on XRP. Again, another exchange to be able to buy from. The time is now, the greatest generational wealth transfer. Play with yourself if you want to. If you ain't throwing some money in the XRP and picking, and not financial advice, and picking up some XRP and going and getting that ballot wallet, use the link in the scripts, get 5% off. Helps the channel, helps yourself. I've been screaming this for the longest, and everybody trying to turn their head because I said, don't get me wrong, I love Ledger, but when I heard that people could walk through and scan, and there was a possibility, I said, no, I wanted a cold storage card, like actual cold storage. This is the best of both worlds. This is a digital cold storage. The card itself, you can't access. You can't get the coins off. But the digital part, I can view my coins and I can upload them to the card from Uphold or whatever website I buy from. You just can't pull them off until you put the address and the passphrase together, which are both located on the card, on the ballot thing, and it brings the card online so you can move it off. All that I plan to do is whenever I do plan to move some off my majors, because I've got another card coming in, I'm about to load 500 on, another card I'm load 500 on, and of course you can carry these down like a wallet. It's a metal card, fireproof, but whenever I do plan to sell and bring one online, I'm gonna get another one. I'm just gonna sit it all there so where that my storage are always going to be offline. The online card I might put 20 on or something like that to do for spending or whatever it may be as that comes in the future. But when I bring one online, I'm moving the mass majority off to another one that's offline. And y'all see how that works, and that's how the plan worked in my head. And now it's coming to fruition where it's like, oh yeah, that does make sense. I know it makes sense. That's why I did it. Now pulling on through. Let's see here. All right. Other banger news. Y'all are gonna see a lot of FUD pop around because people are misinterpreting. Extra clarification: the trial will decide some disputed facts the Judge Torres did not rule on in the summary judgment. There was a statement that came out that the judge there will not be any appeals against Ripple of being a security. That's done. That's in the books. It's closed up. There is gonna be, however, in 2024, 2025. Something that has to do with like the specific civil matters of, because the judge ruled and said, no, that's not a security and closed it off. But apparently there was a portion left where people said that there was an aiding, abetting, which obviously that's going to be thrown away as well if the main fact of it was. But obviously, SEC or whatever wanted to see the whole thing finished out. That's not what this using. There will not be a raise up of XRP fighting security again. That's done. We are in the green. We're in the green. I said the green. Bring it through. But like I said, I just want to bring that through so everybody can see that you might see that pop up on Twitter or space like that. People are misreading what it said, but the jury will only be debating whether or not Ben Garlinger, I think is his name Brad Garlinger. I think Brad Garlinger, our Garling House, which is CEO of Ripple, and Chrysler, I don't know, this is our handle, aided and abetted Ripple in selling unregistered securities. Obviously, we know that's not going to be passed through because they've already passed off that Ripple isn't a unregistered security. It's not a security. So then that's obviously going to be thrown out, but they're still trying to say, oh, well, they could have done this way or the way that they did it. I don't know. But that's specifically towards the CEO, and I think that might be the president or the vice president. I don't know who that is. CEO, vice president, maybe. But Torres summary judgment decision still stands and has not been appealed by the SEC at this time. So I just wanted to bring it out. So if y'all see any FUD about, oh, there's another appeal, there is no appeal. The judge clearly stated out that there is no appeal against the XRP security. Now, what I need y'all to do is, I was talking about it with one of our loyal family members, Haywood. I think we're gonna set it up. We're gonna have our yachts in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's the yacht capital, as our brother mentioned. I'm gonna have one down there. I'm thinking about is it illegal? Nah. I'm not even gonna mention that. Hey, listen, I'm gonna be yachted up down there. I'm gonna have the smaller yacht to the side, right? Don't look over at my yacht. It's like the stalls. I don't want y'all to be disturbed. I'm going to be doing debaucherous things on that yacht. I'm telling you now. But like I said, those that are not investing in XRP, you will soon learn this is what it is. It's not about trying to fight the tape. You got to beat big money before it gets there. That's all I'm going to tell you guys. But like I said, without further ado, much love to y'all, much respect to y'all. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, especially subscribe. We're on that run to 1,000. Much love for all y'all support, family. Listen, y'all are making a dream come true, and we're going to keep bringing them bangers back to back. Hey, listen, much love. And y'all already know what's next, don't you? Yeah, I think you do. Yes, sir!